Which celebrity death is so mysterious that you spent hours thinking about it? Edgar Allan Poe. Disappear for an entire week before being found in a bar completely delirious, calling out a name no one's been able to identify before dying in the hospital 3 days later of an unknown cause. It is unclear if she is dead. Shelley Miscavige. She has been missing since 2007. Supposedly, she was interviewed by police in 2014, but she was apparently behind a blockade of Scientology lawyers, and she still hasn't been seen publicly. By the way, Scientology is notorious for intimidating local authorities. What did you do to your wife, Dave? Brittany Murphy. The drummers from Spinal Tap. One died in bizarre gardening accident. One choked on vomit, possibly not even in his own vomit, and 2 from spontaneous human combustion. Elliott Smith's death was never made that big a deal of, but the details were always a little strange. It was suggested it was suicide, but he died of 2 stab wounds to the chest after an argument with his girlfriend. The coroner's report was left open on whether it was suicide or homicide. Edit. Had to edit to say, as an indie kid in the UK in the 90s, there was only me and one other friend who particularly cared when Elliott died. This was before I ever got online, etc., so I guess I just missed everyone else across the world paying attention to it. Natalie Wood. George Reeves. The fact that he played such a beloved character like Superman but was found dead under such mysterious circumstances, making you wonder if it really was a suicide or if it was something more sinister. Like, imagine if tomorrow they found Chris Evans dead by a gun that doesn't have his fingerprints on it, with no gunshot residue on his hands, and it's just ruled a suicide? That would be crazy. Swedish Prime Minister Olof Palme, that celebrity enough. Gunned down in 1986 on his way home from the cinema. Case still unsolved. I have thought and read way too much about that one. The investigation was a massive clusterfuck. Jimmy Hoffa. Sure, it was probably the mafia. But why exactly? How did it go? Where did his body end up? Trevor Moore. It's truly incredible what he was able to accomplish in life. He was the funniest guy the first could think of when I was a kid, and still to this day stands as one of the funniest people in my memory. I'm not surprised by his accomplishments, but I was surprised by his death. I was more surprised to find out how he died. An accident. I mean, trying to suck your own dick is not something you'd think is lethal, but, apparently so. But, I think the one thing on everyone's mind at the time was, did he finish? Regardless of what actually happened, I believe he did. His last greatest achievement. So great, it killed him. RIP local sexpot. D.B. Cooper. I guess not so much a death as just a disappearance. Guy jumps out of a plane after he hijacked it, demanded 200 grand, and is never seen again. According to the flight attendant he spoke to, he was quite calm and collected the whole time. Michael Rockefeller, last seen in Papua New Guinea, was in contact with an actual cannibal tribe. Rumors that he was eaten. Years later a picture of that tribe shows up, and there's a white guy among them. Photo is too blurry to tell if it's a native with albinism, some other white guy, or Michael Rockefeller. Jeffrey Epstein. He absolutely did not hang himself, and with his death came a wave of silence over atrocities committed by high-profile men and women. We will never know the extent of his disgusting crimes, and who was complicit in it. I cannot look at a celebrity or politician the same, anymore. I'm constantly wondering, were they on that island? Elizabeth Short, the Black Dahlia. I know it's a big cliché, but the John Benet Ramsey case is one I can never stop thinking about. Were the marks a taser or train tracks? A broken window too small to fit through? A ransom note that took at least 20 minutes to write, using paper from the household, that mentions John Bennett's exact bonus amount? The pineapple in milk after she was already asleep by Patsy's account? The 911 call recording? Trace DNA on her underwear that may have just been a factory worker? It's all just too weird. I honestly believe it was someone in that family, but my top suspect keeps changing from year to year as I read more.